I, 30 female, just learned my husband, 31 male, has feelings for my sister-in-law, 29 female, and hates my brother, 32 male. I've been married to Jack for 4 years, and we've been together since high school. Our marriage is pretty great. We have our ups and downs, but we're usually able to work through it and talk about our feelings like adults. We were just starting to discuss having children before this came up. Now things are a mess, and I don't know what to do. My husband and sister-in-law have been married for 5 years, and have also been together since high school. My brother and I have been extremely close since we were kids. He's always there for me, and I love him with all my heart. My sister-in-law is a wonderful person and is one of my best friends. She's my family now too, and I love her to death. She's sweet, funny, and a great friend. My brother and sister-in-law have a great marriage, honestly even better than my own. They're a real team. They're always there for each other, and you can tell that they really love each other. From what I know, they're currently trying to conceive. I'm so excited to be an aunt. We've all gotten along until now. This is the first time anything like this has happened. About 2 weeks ago, my brother invited us over to have a few drinks and hang out at their place to celebrate sister-in-law's birthday. It was going okay. At first, we talked about having kids, our jobs, and generally caught up. Jack ended up drinking way too much. He started flirting with my sister-in-law, and she was obviously uncomfortable. She told Jack to stop it multiple times and tried to stay away from him. My brother started getting irritated. Rightly so, Jack was flirting with his wife and being a drunken idiot, and told Jack to stop, again, multiple times. I also tried to get Jack to knock it off and shut up, but he wouldn't, and I was honestly pissed off too. Jack got pissed when my brother tried to intervene. He told Charlie how much he hated him and wished he was dead, then went on to confess how much he loves my sister-in-law and wishes he would have ended up with her. Jack decided to try to touch my sister-in-law. She freaked out, and Charlie was done. He told us both to get out. I dragged Jack out of there, and I was just shocked and disgusted at his behavior. The next day, Jack told me that he did have feelings for sister-in-law and was resentful of Charlie because of it. He told me that he loved me and would never cheat on me. He was drunk, and what he did was a mistake. He apologized over and over again for his behavior, promised me he loved me and wanted to be with me, etc. He apologized to my brother and sister-in-law for what happened, but they aren't happy. I'm still not sure how to feel. His behavior was awful, inappropriate, and borderline assault. It also makes me feel shitty that he hates my brother. I talked to my brother the other day. He told me that he isn't comfortable having Jack around anymore, especially around sister-in-law. Apparently she's pretty shaken up by what happened. The unwanted touching, attempted kiss, love confession, and incredibly uncomfortable around Jack. I understand completely, but now I'm stuck. I'm just angry, upset, and unsure of what to do now. I don't want my relationship with my brother and sister-in-law to be ruined. Because Jack was a jerk, I don't know what to do about Jack's confession. It honestly makes me feel sick to my stomach. It all came out of nowhere. Everything was great before this, we were all friends. Now my husband apparently loves another woman and wishes my brother was dead. I want to salvage this because I do love Jack, I really do, but I have no idea where to start. I want to be a part of my future niece's, nephew's life. I want to be able to be around my brother and sister-in-law because they're wonderful people and I love them so much. It's all crashing down and I don't know how to handle it. Is there a way to work through this? What should I do? Can I salvage this? Perspective, advice, opinions? Updates? A lot has happened in the past day, but in the end, I think I'm making the right choice. To be honest, I think I knew this is what I had to do all along, but I was in denial. I have decided to end our marriage and get a divorce ASAP. It's heartbreaking and painful for me to do this. But honestly, I don't think I could live with knowing my husband loves another woman and assaulted her in front of me. The fact that this is my sister-in-law makes it even worse. I don't think we can come back from this, and I would always feel like I wasn't his first choice. Plus, he touched and kissed my sister-in-law without her consent, which is an awful thing to do by itself. I sat down and really thought about what happened and how it made me feel. It made me feel disgusted, hurt, and angry. It made me feel like an idiot. It broke my heart. I couldn't believe the man I loved, the man I have been with for almost a decade of my life, would betray me and hurt me like this. It almost doesn't feel real. To think we were going to have kids, to think I trusted him and gave him all the love I could. It hurts a lot. A lot of people that maybe he married me so he could be close to my sister-in-law. We sat down last night. He admitted to me that yes, he did marry me to be closer to her. It's always been her. From day one of our relationship, it's been a ploy to stay close to sister-in-law. Not only is this devastating to me, but it's extremely creepy, and I feel bad that sister-in-law ever had to be around Jack. His intentions were almost predatory. Who knows what he would have done to sister-in-law if her husband and I hadn't been there to intervene. I honestly think he would have done some truly horrible things to her given the chance. He begged me to stay. He promised he loved me, he could get over Kate, he wanted me. I was his soulmate. We were meant to be together. He would go to therapy to work on his issues, and we would be okay. He was sobbing and begging and trying to convince me to stay. I wasn't hearing it. I'm done. He's a liar. He's been lying to me for years. He's creepy, horrible, and I can't live with him knowing what he did and how he truly feels. I called my brother to talk to him about everything. Like always, he's here for me. He's incredibly pissed at Jack because of what Jack did to sister-in-law. Kate is still shaken up and upset. She feels violated, and her trust in Jack, someone she considered her friend for years, has been destroyed. My brother told me that if I had chosen to stay with Jack, it was very likely our relationship would have died right then and there. He told me he refused to talk to anybody who believed what Jack did to sister-in-law, assaulting her, was okay or forgivable, even if that somebody was me. He also thinks what Jack did to me for all these years is beyond cruel, and he's angry about that too. I still have to contact a lawyer and get things in order. It's only been a day since I've made my decision. In the end, my brother and sister-in-law are the people that matter most to me. They're my real family, the people who love me, and they're here to support me through this decision. I'm young. There's still hope for me to find someone who sincerely loves me. There's still hope of starting a family. There's still time left for all of that. I'd rather take my chances of finding someone new than staying with Jack. Am I the jerk for refusing to help my parents support the bunch of kids they took in? To start with, I'm 17 male. My parents' only biological kid. They never had a lot, and they're not super hardworking either. They get fired from jobs a lot because they call out a few times a month. We were homeless before. My parents even got evicted for not paying rent in the past. My mom's family enablers of them. My dad's parents live in another state and are no contact with my parents. But we talk, and they send me money every month to help me get by. When I was 10, my parents took in mom's sister's kids and her boyfriend's kids. That's 2 biological cousins and 2 not cousins. It was all done privately, so there wasn't really a social worker involved. Just lawyers, and my mom's parents paid for that. It was meant to be a short-term thing, but they're still here. When I was 12, my dad agreed to take in his friend's 2 kids. Again, it was done privately, and they didn't have a social worker involved. It was just a lawyer, and my parents sold stuff to pay for those legal fees because we didn't have the money. Our house is only 3 bedrooms, so it was really tight and money was tight. My dad's parents wanted to take me in, but my parents were like, no way, and told them to F off and leave me where I was with my family. My grandparents looked into fighting for custody, but the lawyers they talked to said that was not going to happen. So they started sending me money secretly. It was a little then, and it increased in the last year. When I was 14, my parents took in another kid who's the kid of someone mom used to know, or maybe it was someone her sister knew. I don't know, I gave up trying to follow, but that was another kid added to the mix. My parents don't get child support. They don't get help from any of the actual parents, and my parents still treat their jobs like optional chores when they don't want to go. My dad was fired 4 months ago, and he only found a new job a week ago. I get money every month from my grandparents to cover stuff I might need for school or just to stay sane. It also covers better food than my parents can provide. What I mean by that is I can buy school lunch and get a hot dinner somewhere instead of sandwiches most days for lunch and dinner. I work part-time too. I save some of the money from my grandparents and what I earn. My parents found out about the money after listening to a conversation I had with Grandpa a couple of months ago. Since then, they have asked me to help provide for the family. They say I have siblings who would love to get extra stuff, and how they would love for us all to be more secure. I got so mad, I told my parents to F off and provide for the kids they took in themselves because that was their choice, not mine, and I'm not picking up their slack. My parents acted surprised that I would feel that way. They said they thought I loved my siblings. I wanted to ask if they were insane, but figured they'd think I was the insane one. They really try the guilt trips with me because I'm not helping, including using the whole, the kids are innocent, and the kids being innocent is why I feel a little bad. I just don't want to be responsible for them. They should be with people who can afford them emo. But there's nothing I can do about it. CPS was called when me and some of the kids showed up to school looking rough and like we didn't eat enough, and my parents lied about the kids being there all the time, and I wasn't believed when I told the truth. So am I the jerk for refusing to help my parents support the bunch of kids they took in? Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit stories. All rights belong to the original author. This video is for narration, talk, or entertainment purposes only.